Hey guys, happy Monday. Thank you for jumping on. I know we've got a few new faces, so welcome. We just all chat on Mondays to get our week started off right. I have a quick, like 9-minute video that I'm going to show because sometimes, we just need to get our backsides kicked by somebody with a different personality type. And I have a few people that I go to for that. And there is a new video that pretty much summarized what I wanted to say, but it's a little bit more like let's go than my typical warm and fuzzy. But it came at a perfect time. I am going to share with you guys a little bit about one of my favorite features, and I know I've been chatting with a few of you. Don't shoot the messenger because I'm not a social media guru, but I am a really busy mom, and May has proven to be one of the typical months where I'm like, where am I going? What am I doing? What's my name? Sending the kid to school in the wrong uniform or the wrong free dress day. I was like, oh, well, we're just like doing the best we can. So if any of you are like, I just am doing the best I can, whether you've got kids, grandkids, whatever the case might be, sometimes my brain is feeling like it's not serving me the best. So after this video that we watch, I am going to show you a little bit about how I am using ChatGPT to organize my brain. And I am just in the baby stages of utilizing it, but I want to show you 2 or 3 things that I did Thursday and Friday when I literally felt like, how am I going to get out of bed and live my life today? I put a few prompts into ChatGPT, and I just want to share with you guys the benefits of being able to help organize your brain. Part of this was me feeling like I work from home, I can make my own schedule. The sky's the limit. I have big May goals. And now sitting here on May 19th, feeling like this angst, like this little bit of a tug of so much to do, so many things to tackle. Where do I even start? And I'm not sure if anybody else on here can relate to there's 1,000 things to do, so let's not do any of them because you just like completely shut down, right? And so I utilized ChatGPT to let it know, like, listen, let me just tell you what I have going on in my life so that I could like organize my brain. And I literally said, please give me a summary of how I can categorize my life today and just get something done. So I did all of these, voice prompts and just trying. And then I was like, oh, and by the way, I work from home in network marketing. I have huge goals for May. I'd like to add 12 new VIPs, and I've done absolutely 0 towards my goal. Can we work that into the program? And so while I was kind of jumbling through all of that, I got a notification that Christina Williams had uploaded a new video. And so our first quick 9 minutes this morning, I want you guys to get out a paper and a pen, because if you are like me, one, you're showing up on this Monday morning power hour to say, we want to move the needle forward in our business. We want to show up together to motivate, inspire, and say, hey, let's get things done because we have goals and people need our help. So we are going to listen if my screen share works like it's supposed to. And then I am going to show you a file that I created in ChatGPT that I will give you guys a link for and just show you a few things about how I am trying to organize my brain into small bits and pieces. So we will get rocking and rolling. I am going to share and I am going to pull up this screen. And we are going to watch this really quick together.
Good morning, you guys. Happy Saturday. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day. We are getting ready to go to the ballpark, as I'm sure many of you are. But I wanted to come and talk about what I would do in the next 14 days if I wanted to earn the $400 cash bonus, no matter if I'm brand new, if I've been here before, whether I've ever recruited 6 people or helped 6 people in my life or not. Here is what I would do for the next 2 weeks to ensure that you are building evidence of your ability here. I heard a quote that Alex Hormozy said several weeks ago, and it has just landed with me. And that is, if you want to build confidence, go build evidence. And oftentimes we wait for it to be the other way around. When I feel more confident, I will go and show up this way. And that just kind of debunks that whole thing. And it says, no, homie, if you want to build confidence, you have to go build evidence that you're willing to do what you have to do in order to be where you want to be, which is when you would obviously have that confidence. So if you've ever told yourself, I'm not a salesperson, or I don't have any influence, or I don't know enough blank, and that's why I can't do that this month, I want you to know that's okay. That's exactly why this video is for you. Because listen, this sprint, this drive to make that happen, it doesn't belong to the most qualified or the most confident. It belongs to the person who is willing to take action even without perfect conditions. Okay? In the next 2 weeks, helping 6 people could change everything. $400 in cash, 6 new lives impacted, and a business that feels real for some of you for the first time. Also, not only that, but you will have developed a version of you who no longer wonders if you're cut out for this, but you know that you are because you will have built evidence. Okay? Most of us don't lack capability. Okay? We lack confidence. And the antidote to that is not sitting around thinking, I hope I'll feel confident one day. The antidote, like I said, is building evidence by doing the work anyway. The person who was really out of shape and started showing up to the gym and started working out and started lifting and started changing their habits, they didn't have confidence either. It was in getting the results that started to show up that allowed them to have confidence. Evidence builds belief, but you guys, action and results build belief too. Okay, the number one the number one motivation to continue is progress. You got to start building some progress. Okay, so here is your action plan, broken down into kind of 4 pillars, 4 daily pillars. Okay, 10 real conversations a day, minimum. Christina, how do I know how much work to do to get 10 conversations? I don't know, because that's going to be based off of your independent influence, your circle, your people. I don't know. Here's the answer: as much as it takes. As much as it takes to get 10 conversations going. For some of you, that will be 10. For some of you, that will be 50. I don't know. But if you want to go build evidence, go do the work required to get 10 good conversations going. And I don't mean 10 hey girl messages. I mean 10 questions where you're asking questions, you're getting curious about their struggles, you're following up, you're voice messaging, you're putting yourself out there with real vulnerable connection. If you've not had 10 conversations today that make you nervous, you haven't hit your daily goal. But the good news is you can change that. Every time you go to the bathroom, send a voice message. Every time you are grabbing something to drink, send a voice message. There are ways to do that. And I want you to track it like it's your real, actual job, because it is. You would not forget to clock in if someone was going to hand you $400 in the next 2 weeks. You would clock in. So it's time to clock in. Number 2, show up with 1 or 2 clear product posts daily. I don't mean graphics. I mean real examples of you consuming our products. And I know I struggle with this. I struggle to put myself out there and show myself mixing up a pink drink again, because I feel like, aren't people tired of seeing this? But the truth is, it's not. User-generated content, you using your product, is the number one thing that's working on social media. So it looks like, hey, y'all, here's what I'm taking today, and here's why. And it's not you listing the features. It's just you saying, hey, guys, got my BioCleanse on deck today because it used to take me a week to be able to go to the bathroom. Not anymore. And then I'm taking my supplements and I'm on to the next thing. Do you see how that's different than a graphic with BioCleanse and some features? So showing up with 1 or 2 clear product posts daily. Here's what this product helped me with. Here's who this product is for. Here's a before and after of someone who incorporated this product. Here's 5 signs that your body needs help in your gut. Keep it visual, keep it personal, and keep it benefit driven, not scientific feature focused. You don't have to be scientific. You just have to be clear. If you're not seeing engagement, do not assume that no one's watching. Assume that they just haven't connected the dots between the problem that they're unaware of that they have and the solution that you are focusing on. Okay? Share every single day. You guys, listen, here's something I would be saying. I'm going to help 6 people feel better in the next 14 days. And I'm wondering if you're the next one. Who's ready for a change in the next 30 days with how they feel? If your energy, sleep, or weight has been off, shoot me a message. I've got something that could help. So these are just ways that you can show up in your stories alongside your user-generated content. Your invite can be in your stories, it can be in your posts, it can be in your messages, but you need to be calling people to action. Hey, come try this with me. Come let me help you every single day. I would also encourage you to get creative. What can you do to get people to watch or learn a little bit more? Maybe that's you're going live. I know that's a stretch. Maybe that's you're going to do a quick product Zoom. Maybe you want to put a couple people in a chat and share that way. Get creative. What can you host or lead or share that people would tune in for? Okay, how do you know if you're doing enough for the next 14 days? Did I have 10 meaningful conversations today? If not, get up out of the bed and get back to work. Guys, you can do anything for 2 weeks. And I'm telling you, it's not about the $400 bonus, which actually ends up being more than $600 by the time you figure in their initial orders and your points. I'm not talking about the cash, although some of you desperately need the cash. But if you don't change your actions, you will continue to desperately need. You are capable. You just have to be willing to do the work. None of us who are out here recruiting, we're no better than you. We're no more special than you. We're just doing more work, likely. Okay? So, did I have 10 meaningful conversations today? Did I boldly show my face and share a product story? Did I boldly show my face? Did I help solve a problem for people that's not Plexus related? This is how you make yourself valuable. Did I help someone with something not Plexus related? Maybe you have a tip for getting better sleep that's not Plexus related. Can you share that today? Maybe you have a trick for clearing up some brain fog and being able to focus in the moment. Can you share that today? Maybe you have a tip about how to make a healthy swap in a recipe. That's not Plexus related, but your person who's got health issues, that would speak to them. Can you share that today? Did I invite at least one person to get started with me today? Did I go try to close the deal? Am I tracking my conversations and my follow-ups? Here's a question for reflection. If you only got paid based off of your effort that you put in today, would you be happy with that? If the answer is no, adjust and just keep going. Trust the law of numbers. So it's not how many spam messages can I send, it's how many conversations can I get in. We're looking for opportunities to spot problems and then offer Plexus as a solution. All right, so listen, whether you believe you can or you can't, you are right. So if you've already mentally clocked out of May and thought, well, would have been nice, but guess I can't do it, you're right. But I'm telling you, you can, and you have plenty of time. Do not look at past evidence. Create new evidence. Your story doesn't have to be big or dramatic. It just needs to be yours. People follow consistency and not perfection. And if you start today being consistent, 2 weeks is plenty of time. Imagine how proud you will feel on June 1st, knowing that you didn't just wish for momentum, you created it. And that $400 bonus, just the beginning, you guys. This is your proof moment. So let's go get it. So in the comments below, drop a fire emoji.
Okay, did that share okay? Everybody saw what they needed to see? You're good? Okay, so here's a little quick tip for you guys. If you are not following some leaders like Christina Williams, and there's so many, but I am following them on YouTube so I get a notification when they upload a new training. I was on my walk yesterday and needed my butt kicked, and there you go. That pulled up and I listened to it and I was like, okay, that's exactly what I needed. So I don't know about you, that helped me feel like, okay, we've got this, right? It's May 19th. We've got 13 days left in the month. Anything is possible. So really quick, going back to what I mentioned before, and then I'm going to share my screen again and show you something that I created in ChatGPT. I Now, if you've never used ChatGPT, it's a free app. You can use the free version. There is a paid version. I just use the free version. It's like a little white box with like a black square or whatever. Drop in the comments if you already have it downloaded and you've been playing around with it. Um, and I have just like, I've been a little nervous. I'll be 49 this year. I don't know what category that puts me in, but I'm a little bit skeptical. Like, I want to, check things out. And so I have been a little bit unsure. And so I've just been kind of like throwing some things at it. And I'm like, wait a second. If I had a tool that could help organize my thoughts and plan, I am a type B, love everybody, spontaneous. My team is probably like, oh my gosh, if she throws one more thing at us randomly, they're probably like, all my type A organized people are just like, where are you and what are you doing? And can you please like, get a hold of all of these ideas? Um, and so I've just been kind of putting some stuff in the app. You just text into the app. I have it on my computer too, and it generates things back. It is as good or as bad as what you prompt it to do. So there's a little thing that you can put your memory on so it kind of gets to know you. Again, I'm just dipping my toe into this. But Wednesday last week, I was like, I have to move two kids out of college. I've got a kid finishing seventh grade. I've got blah, 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 like a million things. And I literally just sat down and into ChatGPT. I was like, hey, I just need to do a brain dump because I don't even know what to do with my life right now. And so I did this huge brain dump and I got a little bit of feedback. And then I want to read you this prompt that I gave it and what it did. On top of all this, I haven't had any time to sit down and work my Plexus business, which is network marketing, which it knows I've talked about this before. I'm feeling so behind. I had this goal to add 12 new customers this month and utilize some of the amazing May incentives as well as for our team. I don't know how I'm going to add that on top of everything else I just mentioned. And this was what came back in ChatGPT. Oh, friend, deep breaths. You are not behind. You are just in a temporary life season. You're not lacking in discipline and commitment. You're just simply maxed out emotionally, mentally, and logistically. Let's create a mini survival strategy for your Plexus business this weekend that will help keep momentum going without burning you out. I was like, okay, let's do that. And so it said, here is your quick reframe for this weekend. You don't need to run your whole business in a day. You just need to stay visible, nurture trust, and lay your seeds for next week's action surge. Like, okay. It literally gave me a weekend SOS business plan, and it broke down, here's an idea for a post, being vulnerable and authentic and letting people know that you're busy and overwhelmed. Step two was a strategy. Here's something that you can post in your stories. It literally broke down 5 steps of what I could post or say on social media to at least continue conversations and nurture trust with my followers. So then I talked to it a little bit more about the goal for 12 VIPs in May. And it said, let's create a simple campaign and framework to help you show up consistently, be personal, not salesy, use urgency with your May incentives, and build connection and trust. And I said, okay, yes, please, let's do that. So let me show you really quick. This was, can you guys see that 12 VIP, my action plan? Okay, so it generated this in like 3 seconds. A tracker for if I wanted to put who I was talking to, or a chicken list, or people that had already enrolled. And then my daily micro action checklist. Make your list of 12, send 3 to 5 DMs, post a story. It literally gave me a breakdown day to day. And then from there it said, hey, let's give you some message scripts and prompts for what to say. I was like, what? Really? Like, you're literally, my brain doesn't work right now, and you're going to help me start conversations. I will send you, it sent me a file link in ChatGPT to download this, so I will send it to you. And I was like, wow, what just happened? So all of a sudden I was able to take a deep breath. I threw up a story, I threw up a post, and it helped me with these check. Now, it's only as good as what you tell it to do and then what you do with that. Okay. So the prompting is where the brilliance is, and having it to be specific for what you need and are looking for. Because I guarantee you, you could tell it to write you a novel and it could give you 500 pages of business advice that you're not going to use. So get really specific with where am I? Where do I want to be? What are the things that are feeling hard or holding me back? And then see if you can just ask a few questions, like, hey, I'm getting ready for bed and I'm taking my bio cleanse and my probio 5. Can you generate a simple evening Facebook post to help my audience understand the importance of magnesium and probiotics at bedtime? And it'll give it to you. Now, I never straight copy and paste. I use it as an inspiration to help me feel like I have some content that I can build on, edit, erase. So I want to caution you. There are posts out there, and I'm like, that is a copy paste ChatGPT bot that I am reading. I can tell when people just straight up use it copy and paste, and I'm seeing it more and more and more and more, which welcome to 2025. I do, however, feel that if this is something you're not utilizing, you're missing out, because for me, when I can take a swirling brain and everything that my mind tells me, you're not good enough, don't even start, you're too far behind, nobody is listening to you, all of those things, I feel like has helped me to shift my mindset, and it has helped me with those actionable steps, that help me feel like I am not behind. So I will share that file with you. I'm so glad that you guys have found it interesting and that you're using it too. Yes. So, Deborah, incredible. I struggle with the questions to ask it. Um, yes, Stacy, you were right. When you see the emojis and then or a dot dot dot, like you can definitely see that the format that it's going to spit out a post for you um, needs to be edited. Now, I have a few people that I follow. Lizzie Paleos on Instagram, and she has some free chat GPT prompts where it's just a download. And I actually had a file, and it was 20 prompts to help you with your business. And it was like, okay, you sit down and you tell chat GPT, I am a network marketer. I'm a retired registered nurse. I work full time from home. Here's my goals. Here's my and that could you help me create a bio for my social media? Yes, thank you. From that bio, I would like to develop a values statement for who I help. And it will help you with I help XYZ with XYZ so that XYZ. When you can fill in these blanks with these prompts, then from there you can say, I would like a general wellness content guide to help me in the month of June. Could you please give me 30 specific topics that I could touch on for each day in the month of June? And you'll get a list of 30 specific. And then you could say, perfect, we're on the right track. Or, hey, that's not what I was thinking. I need you to develop, and you can just keep building on these prompts. And I've been using it now so much so that it generated 2 business strategies for me. And it said, here is option A and option B. Read these and tell me which sounds most like you and is aligned the most with what you have. So whether you want to use this or not, I would say in your specific Plexus business, this can be and is for me a tool that has helped me to move past roadblocks. You might be sitting here saying, you just told me to have 10 conversations a day, and I have no idea what to say, who to talk to, where to start. That sounds like a great ChatGPT prompt. Hey, I don't want to sound salesy. I don't want to be pushy. I want my network to understand that I'm just trying to help people. If I want to chat with friends that I see often in my extremely warm market, can you give me a few, talking points or a few messages that I could send to open a conversation about what I do and how it could help them? And it'll generate a conversation starter. And then you can take that and edit it and make it feel like, oh, this feels good. This is something that I could actually get behind sending to my close friends. Or I would like to start engaging with really big uh, things, people on Instagram, but I don't want to cold message anybody a hey girl message. Could you craft a very, um, I'd have to think about the words for something specific like that, but you can just keep building on that. So I really want you guys to think about, where am I? Where do I want to be? What are those things that are holding me back? And how do I just get into action? Because you are not going to get results if you don't get into action. If you have struggled with Maycember like I have, I hope this is helpful as far as listening to what Christina had to say. Thank you, Christina, for allowing me to screen share, even though I didn't ask. Hashtag one Plexus. But the tips and ideas from that leaders are putting out there on YouTube, and then you're like, okay, you sit down with your phone or at the computer and you're like, what do I do and where do I start? If you can get some really specific actionable items, it has helped me come up for air a little bit. Okay, I can throw that in my stories. Okay, I can make that a post. I actually have done 3 or 4 reels this week because I had ChatGPT help me with, and I just pulled old videos. I didn't film any new content. I pulled old videos and it helped me with a caption. That felt like something that was doable so that I can be consistent. And I want to be consistent because I think consistency is key for any of us with any of our goals. I know this was a little bit of a different power hour as far as not actually stopping and getting some work done. But I would love, just in the last few minutes, if anybody has any questions, comments, thoughts, if you feel like you are utilizing this in a way that I did not mention, I would love to hear that. But I just feel like when I hear something or learn something or something is helpful or beneficial to me, I want to share it because I have had so many times in my business over the last 14 years, just like when my friend Shannon, who's on my team, she told me for over a year, you have to read the book, The Gap in the Gain. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm already reading like 5 other books, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, no, really. Because we had talked about a few things and some stuff kept coming up. She's basically like, I'm not going to talk to you about this again until you go read that book. And she finally helped me understand, oh, now I see why you needed me to read that book. Thank you so much. And there's just things like that in life that I feel like, and that might be a great post for you. What is something today? What is your hydro jug story? What is something that has helped you? What is something that has made your life better? Um, I'm looking at so many moms right now who either have babies, you have elementary kids, you have kids who have just graduated college, you have beautiful weddings that you've just celebrated. Nina, the pictures were gorgeous and you looked radiant, and I loved the colors. Um, we are all in different stages of life. And so, running multiple businesses, working full time and running a Plexus business on the side, like you name it, we all have areas that we are feeling like, and I'm really trying to choose my words carefully. Like if I keep saying I'm overwhelmed, I'm going to feel overwhelmed. Let's just say, hey, I have a lot of amazing things going on in my life, but I would really love to be able to tackle one thing at a time so I can feel productive and not like I'm going crazy, right? And then ChatGPT or other friends in these seasons can help talk through that. We can walk this together. So there's your homework for today. What tip, idea, thought, season, plan, anything could you make a post about that says, here's where I am. I see you, I feel you, I understand you. This is what helped me get through planning a wedding. This is what helped me with nap time. This is what helped me with my senior who is getting ready to go off to college. What are those few things, tips, tricks, ideas that one reader could pause and take a deep breath and say, I am so glad that my friend on the internet just shared this with me. And then I think for me, feeling seen is huge. Feeling heard is the next layer of that. And then feeling validated that I am not the only one in this season and that there are people walking through this at the same time who understand. And one of my life goals is to be somebody who can be 10 steps ahead of somebody where I can look back and say, here's what I've learned, and I'd like to share this advice with you. I would also like to be the kind of person who can be in the trenches with somebody side by side, walking the same season. And then also somebody that maybe I am looking to, where is a mentor that can help me with this? So I always want to be aware of those three things: being ahead of somebody and looking back and helping them, walking with somebody, and then also being the person who's like, help, is somebody out there who's done this before who can tell me what I need to do? And I think if you have that perspective on life, we will all just be able to lock arms and move and grow together with whatever our goals are just for life. So that is what I have for you on May 19th. Go follow some amazing people on YouTube so you can get notifications and keep fueling. If you're not reading or listening to something 6 out of 7 days a week, I just need to encourage you. It could be a paragraph, one paragraph in one book, 5 minutes of a podcast. I promise you, it will help you with your mindset, with your motivation, with your consistency, all things in all areas of life. And then when all else fails, you guys, get sleep and feed your body well. Because when I'm not sleeping well and eating junk, life is way worse. So cheers to your protein shakes and naps or going to bed before midnight. And I will see you guys all next week. Talk to you later.